Meghan Markle made headlines around the world this week when she boldly compared herself to anti-apartheid campaigner Nelson Mandela. In a typically outspoken interview with The Cut magazine, the runaway royal claimed that at the 2019 premiere of the Lion King film, an unnamed South African actor told her, "I just need you to know, when you married into this family, we rejoiced in the streets the same way we did when Mandela was freed from prison." The claim was met with shock in South Africa and has since been showered with scepticism, including from the only South African actor on the production who claims he had never met her. Now, Madiba's grandson, serving African National Congress MP Mandela dismissed Meghan's comments, saying Madiba's celebration was based on overcoming 350 years of colonialism with 60 years of a brutal apartheid regime in South Africa. So it cannot be equated to the same. Every day there are people who want to be Nelson Mandela, either comparing themselves with him or wanting to emulate him. But before people can regard themselves as Nelson Mandelas, they should be looking into the work that he did and be able to champion and advocate that work that he himself championed. Well, I'm delighted to say that Mandela joins me now from Cape Town in South Africa. Mandela, great to have you here. What did you make of Meghan's comparison of the celebrations in South Africa for her wedding to the celebrations when your grandfather was released from prison?
Good evening to you and all your viewers. I think for us, first, our struggle for liberation was a culmination of many generations over almost 4 centuries, that being 350 years of colonialism, coupled with 60 years of a brutal apartheid regime in South Africa. And therefore, witnessing and seeing Madiba being released on the 11th of February 1990 was a real celebration of having been able to overcome our colonial powers, but also overcome the brutal apartheid regime. And therefore, it was a real moment for South Africans to look back in their brutal past, the scars that we bared, and be able to come out into the streets celebrating that victory. And it cannot be watered down and be compared to a wedding. And anyone, for that matter, anyone's wedding, it cannot be reduced to that. This is why for us, this has been a surprise that the royal couple, or at least Meghan Markle, can regard her wedding to be something similar to Madiba's release.
Yeah, no, indeed. I mean, and Mandela, look, you were obviously there in South Africa when Harry and Meghan tied the knot in the UK. Do you remember any form of celebration, any form of dancing on the street? Because I've actually spoken to lots of South Africans, including one who works on my show, actually, who says he doesn't remember any of that.
There was not any celebration that you would have seen at a large scale as we could compare to Madiba's release. And I think I've said on numerous occasions that if we are to even compare Madiba's release to anything, would be to the abolishment of slavery in 1836. And that is the only thing we can somewhat surmount what our struggle for liberation celebration could be compared to. But we as Africans will celebrate a marriage because a union is a truly blessing, and it's a real anchor of any family. But I think it's also worrisome that it is coined as a marriage to a white prince. You would know that our struggle for liberation was non-racial and non-sexist. And therefore, we can never regard any marriage on racial lines because our struggle was a non-racial based. And therefore, this is what Madiba dedicated 67 years of his life serving humanity, of which 27 years of his life were incarceration for the strong beliefs he held on non-racism as well as non-sexism.